Okay, so if you saw my review of the first Cheetah Girls, you know that I think it's the worst of these Disney Channel films I've seen so far. So of course, I have to look at Cheetah Girls 2, and, well, the good news is, it's not nearly as bad. Why? Well, let's just pick a random scene here.
Joe, I've tried everything. She won't budge.
There's a dance camp I can teach this summer, but it's basically babysitting.
See what they're doing? They're talking! Yeah, they're not giggling or screaming or squeeing or jumping up and down or shouting Cheetah-licious or doing a dance number out of nowhere. They're actually shutting the up and listening to one another. That makes this film a million light years beyond the last one. Oh, thank heavens. But with that said, does it actually make it good? No. Actually, of all things, it makes it kind of boring. Now, don't get me wrong, I'd much rather take boring over whatever the last one was, but it doesn't excuse the fact that it's still pretty dull. As you'd expect, the Cheetah Girls are a big hit, but it looks like one of them has to leave to go to Barcelona because her mother wants to be with her hopefully soon fiancé, who lives there. The Cheetah Girls find out, of course, there's a gigantic music contest there and decide, why the not? They'll go too. So they all travel to see the sights, or at least take some postcards. I'm assuming they didn't have a budget to see all the sights. And they come across cute boys, do some fun dance numbers, and even discover another girl entering the contest. At first it looks like her mother is on board with helping everybody out, but oh no! She actually wants to split the Cheetah Girls up! Why? Because one of the Cheetah Girls can sing in Spanish, and her daughter sound really good together, so she just wants it to be the two of them. Wait a minute, why doesn't she just join the group? Wouldn't that make a lot more sense? Whatever. So, despite her better judgment, the daughter tries to split the girls up, and at first it seems to work. Galleria gets so fed up that she's eventually gonna go home, but then they decide, no, we're all sisters, we're in it together, and they have the big reunion song number, and everything seems to be okay. All's well that ends well. Wait a minute, there's still 40 minutes left. What the f are we gonna do with the rest of that time? Well, the mother tries to sabotage him again! Yeah, she sets them up at a club where they get paid, but that unfortunately means they're professionals and the head of the contest finds out and disqualifies them because it's only for amateurs. But it looks like the girl that speaks Spanish can still sing with the daughter, even though she's part of the group that was disqualified. She accepted money too. Why wouldn't this... whatever. So they're gonna sing together with the Cheetah Girls' blessings, but then, wait a minute, the head of the contest figures out that the mother was the one who set up the paying gig, knowing it was a paying gig, so that somehow gets them back in? What? No, who cares? Let's just end on the inevitable wedding between the other mother and the Barcelonan guy, which focuses very little on them, and instead the Cheetah Girls singing over their moment. Yeah, really stealing the thunder from this plot thread. At first they're bridesmaids in the background, and that kind of makes sense, but it keeps cutting back to them singing over a pretty landscape like the wedding is kind of secondary. No, screw the emotions of these two people. Our egos are too big that you have to focus on us. Or at least, that's how it comes across. That's how a lot of it comes across. Just an excuse for them to sing and look pretty and do dance moves, and sometimes it's okay. Like, I really like this one scene where they sing this Barcelonan lullaby, and it's in Spanish, and it's really quiet, and it's really nice. It's only two girls singing, and yeah, that was a nice change of pace and a legit nice moment. There's also a nicely done ballroom dancing scene where it's only two people dancing. There's not that many special effects or smoke or lights or distractions. It's just these two people dancing, and they do it really well. And the fast editing and camera movements here, unlike the other times, don't get in the way or distract you. It actually emphasizes what a good job they're doing. Little scenes like that aren't bad, but for the most part, it's pretty forgettable. I think this is mainly so kids can just watch it and say, oh, aren't I so much like Cheetah Girl number 3? Oh, Cheetah Girl number 4 is just like my personality. What if I was there? And if that's something your kids like to do, more power to them. But for anyone else, it's not nearly as bad as the first, but it's a definite pass.